This can be one of the most controversial opinions, but I feel Indians are taking proud over nothing. We say that we have the diversity, the unity, the kindness. In other nations, nobody is killing nobody. Okay, nobody is against anybody. You are taking proud over basic human decency and comparing it to something that needs to be organized, that needs to be done by workforce and manforce and by basically your organization and your system. We see that India might be a little backwards, but we have the diversity, we have the culture. Hello, excuse me, culture is not absent anywhere. It's just that you have a little more diverse, or maybe a bright culture, a little bright food taste. That's okay, that's fine, that's everywhere else. You are taking proud over having this. But do you think in any other nation is there any diversion like religions that we have in India, any casteism like we have in India? Anywhere it is reservations and basically people who have not done anything paying for something that has happened in the past. No, Indians are basically living in this bubble that we are blessed to have this geographical blessing and India is a blessing. But let me tell you, there are some nations which definitely are a scary place to be, but then the rest of the world is not a bad place to be at all. I just want to say that as Indians, we should look more forward to how other countries are growing by keeping their nature alive. By keeping, I just want to tell, I don't want to step into politics, not because I'm afraid of putting out my opinions, but because I'm not much and I don't know much about that. But there's this person who did like literal fraud, literal such a big fraud of trees and woods in some south state, and then he joined and there this particular party protested against the party that minister was in. And when that minister changed the party, the party was protesting, they made him forest minister of the same state. Can you understand how corrupt the system of India is? When you go to different countries, you don't see their posters of wishing happy birthday, posters of voting, posters of this and that. Whenever I go out, I see wall and then 7 8 posters in a row of some shitty minister wishing birthday to some shitty illiterate minister. India's government is filled with people who are illiterate. Somebody who hasn't even passed 10th or 12th respectfully is going to decide the future of somebody who spent 3 years preparing for NEET, 4 years preparing for NEET, has given their entire heart. Have you ever heard anywhere the paper in which 28 lakhs students fill forms and give exams, and exam which decides their lives, exams which create doctors who are going to make your economy, your country a better place, are actually suffering and in so much misery. People are dying and nobody is there to take accountability. If you see closely, one of the worst government organizations I've seen is in India. Whenever there is any other party's fault, the opposition or the party in control just speaks like they are the savior of the country. But when they are the fault, nobody's there to take authority, nobody's there to take responsibility of that. I'm targeting nobody, and I am in support of no party, by the way. Every party is as same effed up as any other party. But what I'm trying to say is that these people, they don't know how sensitive it is. If there's a murder, you go break their house, but can you bring son back, the died son back to their family? Can your 2 lakhs rupees give somebody their family member back? I just feel that this is such a they lack so human decency, and that India has a long way to go, and we need more educated people in the system. And so there's no pride to take. Okay, everywhere, culture is everywhere, food is everywhere. Welcoming behavior is everywhere. Yes, there's in India, when there are gang rapes happening, when there are like literal murders happening in the day, nobody's speaking. But if one girlfriend boyfriend is walking in the park during Valentine days, some particular people decide to go and just barge into them. I mean, how is that? How does that even make sense to anybody? I have not been able to understand it ever since. So if you're an Indian, if you're an educated person, I just want to send you this message that we need people who are educated in the system. So if you have also been transferred some party beliefs through your parents to you, just have a look around you, have a look at what everybody is doing, have a look at what exactly is happening in the country, and then decide. So there's nothing to take pride of, nothing to be so happy about. India is not doing great, and that there are definitely some heroes, there are definitely people who are educated. We have army who has given their entire life saving us to going, but army is also controlled by some illiterate person, right? Again, some minister. I'm not saying the defense minister is illiterate or anything, but I'm just saying that are they qualified enough to be the position they are? That should be re-evaluated every single time whenever there's a minister. Some cricketer was education minister of a particular place and was educated to sixth and seventh. How does that make sense? Don't you think at least the education minister should be educated enough to at least speak against somebody or know the values of education? So I mean, you can speak on it for days, but there's no solution to this. But as the youth of the country, we should be aware about what exactly is happening and what do we need in the system and what should we demand and how why we should not blindly trust any party, any minister, any belief, anything. We are not here to blindly trust. We can evaluate, we can reevaluate, we can examine, and then we can give our remarks. Thank you so much.